Belema Hilltop.
Recording in progress.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I'm just so excited. Please, can you mute?
Safe and the rest are trying to join.
Yes, but we are going to start as 8:05 so that those who joined early wouldn't have to pay the price for joining early. So I welcome everyone. I'm so excited, and at the same time, I am a bit jittery. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. Sister Funshaw is here. That's so exciting. Good evening, everyone. And please, this assignment, like I call it, will be recorded. So taking your permission up front. I will, while we wait for one or two more people to join, we're going to start at 8:05. We're going to start at 8:05 immediately. But while we are waiting for people to join in, I would just like to show you something I saw on Facebook, and I literally was laughing so much with my daughter Salome, who is also here, and Dr. Belema, who is also here. I mean, it's just for people to fame won't finish us. That's what it's titled. Every effort to just make sure you are online. So just watch this little bit, and then we kick off at 8:05. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. And I hope you enjoyed that piece. So let's go on to today. So Salome, over to you to continue to admit people. Welcome everyone to, my heart is beating so fast, but I just have to calm down. Welcome everyone to today's meeting. Because I'm going to be sharing the slides, I will not be seeing everybody until we want to take a picture. So thank you so much for coming. Let me know who is here. Please, can you go to the chat box and let us know where you are logging in from, which city you are logging in from. Hi, Dr. Belema. I'm Stella. I am logging in from Victoria Island in Lagos. Let's know where you're logging in from. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Dubai. Whoa. Dubai. Debbie, you're in Dubai. You're in Hungary. That's awesome. That's nice. Yeah. Belema, where are you logging in from? Port Harcourt. Wow. Is it raining? Dr. Belema, is it raining? Salome, Abuja. That's nice. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa. How are you? Logging in from Hungary. That's so exciting. How are you?
I'm fine, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good. Who else? Who else is here?
Sif is trying to join, but I don't know what's up with his network.
Maybe you can mute. You can mute. Vanessa is from Hungary. Salome is in Abuja. I'm in Lagos. Who again? It's not raining in Port Harcourt. It rained in the morning, though. That's nice. Okay, like I promised, once we are up to 5, we're going to start. Thank you so much for engaging in the chat box. I'm really so excited about that. So today we are going to be talking about mental health. Please, can you confirm that you can all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So we are going to be talking about mental health. Okay, so I see the thumbs up. Thank you. We're going to be talking about our mental health today, but this is not the typical webinars that we all attend. Why? Because you are going to be working with me. We're all going to be working together. So you're going to have some tasks to perform in the chat box. We're going to have times of reflection, and sometimes I'm going to ask you to drop something in the chat box. Occasionally, I may call your name and ask some questions. Hey, Jibola is here. Jibola, how are you? Where are you logging in from? Can you type in the chat box where you're logging in from? Good to have you. Let's see. Jibola, Funsho is logging in from Lagos. That's awesome. Whoa, Jibola, you're in Germany. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your presence here. And again, we are in Nigeria and we really love our country. So we are starting right now, and I'm just going to share a few things with you about how this works. So this is Mental Wealth Series number 1. And rediscovering you is what I told myself when I encountered a very terrible traumatic event in my life, and not just in my life, in the life of my family, but I told myself that in every situation where you find yourself, continue to learn, and then you can see so many other things that are within you. So that's why you see the theme here, rediscovering you. So some friendly reminders while we're waiting for others to come in. Here are a few reminders to keep in mind. Please turn off your microphone on the laptop or whatever device you're using. If internet fluctuates, no stress, relax and come back right in. Right now I have Airtel, I have MTN, and I have Smile. So if your internet or mine fluctuates, no worries, just come right back in. Today, we're going to be using the basic Zoom. So basically at 40 minutes, or maybe about 38 minutes, while we're going to do a survey, I will just end the meeting and then just click the link again and come right back, and then we will continue. I promise in the next one, by then my migration to the business Zoom would have been sorted out. So turn off your microphone. If the internet fluctuates, relax and come right back. And at the 38 minutes, Salome, buzz me at the 38 minutes. We'll just log in and continue. Again, my webinars are usually transformational. And what does that mean? It simply means you're not just going to be listening to me. No, we are doing this together. So we're going to be interacting using the chat box. You can ask questions. You can stop me at any time. And then we're going to have some on-the-spot practice during the webinar. And then you will, I promise you, while some of the things I'm sharing may be something you've known, why it is transformational is that you will leave here having to do something. It's not going to be a business as usual, right? So when you know something and you don't do anything with what you know, it just adds up to nothing. And that's what my professor normally says, Professor Akim Merino. She says, we just collect all the certificates, we just keep learning. As long as you don't put into practice what you have learned, oh, I know about this, oh, I know about that, then it's not going to transform you. So let's get right to it. So today, we are going to be looking at what is mental health, what is mental wealth, and just a little bit of stint about our brain and body connection. And we will attempt, this series is in 4. We have 4 topics here. Please, can you mute, please? So our responsibilities towards our mental wealth, what we are going to be attempting to do tonight is talk about knowing yourself, self-knowledge. In the next webinar, we're going to talk about self-compassion, right? We're going to talk about limiting beliefs, and then subsequently, towards the end of this webinar, I will show you what the other 4 topics are, which is what I have in number 5 here. So, about myself, I'm simply Stella Emeka Okoli, and my aim is to help people, especially women, care for their mental well-being. Please, can we all mute? Or Salome, you can, I think everybody should kind of mute themselves. I think it's better when you mute yourself so that when it's time to talk, you can unmute yourself. I'm hearing some form of echo. So my aim really is to help people, especially women, care for their mental well-being, right? That's why I'm here. And the reason I'm here is not because I've perfected caring for my mental well-being or health-being. No, I'm still on the journey. And I believe that the journey, not the destination, the process is also as important as the destination. So while I am learning to care for myself, I'm trying to share with women and with anybody that comes across me, you know, the things that I'm learning. Salome, please, can you confirm that you can hear me and I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I'm hearing some noise at the background. I don't know, maybe you can mute the person. All right. So that's really all about me. My children call me Mommy PG, meaning I'm from the previous generation, simply because there are some dance steps I'm not able to dance. We'll see about that. All right. And again, I always say that there's nobody who just happened. My father used to say that there is no self-made man. That is, everything about you, you are the one that did it by yourself. So for me, part of my mental health ethos is to acknowledge people who have contributed to my journey. I tell people that my life kind of started off all over again 6 years ago. Those of you who know me know why. So I always like to acknowledge people who have been helpful to me in this journey. I will start from the bottom. Dr. Martin Seligman, when I was at the worst stage of my mental health challenge, I was introduced to positive psychology. And when I got into positive psychology, I found out that it's basically, they were just basically operating from the scriptures and everything moral, you know. So he helped me basically to stop catastrophizing. That is, thinking that, you know, like you take things that happen to you, you take it out of proportion because you're not connected with anybody, probably you're isolated, and you just keep meditating on that issue and it blows out of proportion. And he also helped me to understand the theory of learned helplessness, where you get to a situation because of the challenges you're facing, you feel there's absolutely nothing I can do about this. So I always acknowledge him. I did some courses with him in UPenn, online courses. Then I also met my trauma coach, Professor Aki Merino. She's the CEO of Jazz Education Institute in California. She's an awesome, I don't know how to describe Dr. Merino, but Dr. Merino believes in whatever you learn, just do it. Don't just keep acquiring knowledge, just do it. And she's one of the reasons why I'm taking boldness to do what I'm doing tonight. So she's the mother of trauma care. And then electric coach Temi, I call her the transformational business coach. She's a business coach and she's probably one of the youngest and the best we have in Nigeria. And the sweet Dr. Sarah McKay, she's a postdoctoral in neuroscience. And she talks about neuroscience in the way that a child can understand neuroscience. I also did some course with her. She is phenomenal. And you can always find all these people on their Instagram page and on their Facebook. Again, my siblings. My siblings have also contributed hugely to my mental health. And I always advocate, if you have siblings, siblings have challenges. I don't know if anybody can spot me in this picture and compare with what has happened in recent times down here. Siblings are also very, very important to your mental health if you have any. And I know that there are issues in families. I know that there are issues and challenges in families, but I am a great advocate of siblings and connections. So right now, I would like you to go to the chat box and type in, who are 2 people that God has used to help you in this life? They could be relations, they could be your teachers, they could be your friends, they could be your mentors. For privacy's sake, you don't have to put their surname, or just type in 2 people here who have contributed to your life in a way that you cannot write your story without mentioning their names. So I'm going to write So please, can we go to the chat box? I've already started by writing mine. Let me see yours. Like I said, it's transformational, you know, so it's not just me going to be talking, everybody will have to participate. So once I get like 5 participations, we can continue. Oh, wow. I'm going to read out what I see here. Debbie says, Mom and Boma. Vanessa says, Mom and Ede. And then Foluke says, Jerry Adlad, Yemisi Daramola, and my mom. Oh my God, my mom. Salome says, my mom and Debbie. And then, can I have one more? And then we'll go on. Thank you so much for your participation. Can I have one more? Dr. Belema. GB says, Shegun, my friends, awesome. All right, thank you. At least I have had like 5 people. You can continue to type into the chat box. Chichi is here. Oh my goodness. She says, my cousin, my big aunt Ngozi, and my mentor, Yemisi. That's so beautiful. Because you can't be, there's nothing like a self-made man. Someone at some point must have contributed to your life. So thank you. All right, so what is mental wealth? So before we even talk about mental wealth, I will go again. Let's go to the chat box. When you think about mental health, what comes to your mind? When you think about mental health, what comes to your mind? Mental health. So I will write, when you think about mental health, what, okay, Debbie says well-being of your mind, yes. Vanessa says mental well-being. Jane, yes, peace and sanity, that's awesome. Okay, who else? I need like 2 more. GB, state of mind, okay. What else? 1 more. 5 will always be like my go-to number. If I see like 5, then I know what is going on in your head. Okay, Salome says mental health, the utmost balanced state of positivity. Ah, that's my barrister. This English is something else. Fantastic. Now, when you think of mental wealth, okay, Sister Foluke says soundness of mind, that's awesome. Now, when you think of mental wealth, what comes to your mind? Mental wealth. Now we are moving from health to wealth. When you think about somebody rich, good. When you think about somebody who is wealthy, what comes to your mind? Abundance of goodness. Debbie says abundance. All right, 2 more. Chichi says peace of mind. Salome says the utmost fruitfulness of one's thoughts. Oh, Salomisco, the utmost fruitfulness of one's thoughts. Okay, 1 more. GB, Belema, Vanessa is safe here. Let me have 1 more. When you think about wealth, mental wealth, okay? 1 more. Like I said, it's going to be interactive. It's not just about me speaking. We are doing this together. So let me have 1 more and then we can proceed. 1 more. I need 1 more answer, please. How much? Debbie, you said how much? Were you trying to write? So, okay, GB says stability of all forms of health. That's awesome. That's beautiful. Good. So I have my thoughts around mental health and mental wealth. So the basic definition of mental health is a positive state of mind and body. Keep that thought to close. Mind and body. Feeling safe and able to cope with a sense of connection with people. Please, that connection with people, communities, and a wider environment. Sorry, I didn't put the T at the end of environment. I'll correct that later. Now, mental wealth is a state of having an affluent, abundant, and prosperous state of well-being of your emotion, your will, your imagination, your memory. Wealth speaks to affluence. It speaks to abundance. It's, in the words of Dr. Merino, it speaks to running over, when your cup is full and running over. So while we have good mental health, we have a sound mind, and the mind, of course, I'm going there shortly. When we feel or we think that we have a sound mind, we are even going forward to talk about the wealth. When we have enough, right, to be able to give to somebody else. Let me just talk a little bit about the brain and the body connection. I have about 3 medical doctors or medical students. I think I know I have at least 1 medical doctor here and 2 medical students. So please don't even take me on this. I'm just going to do the basics, right? And I'm just showing this to show you how powerful you are before I get into the nitty-gritty of what we want to discuss today, right? This is our brain, right? So if you can see my hand, if you want to check how the brain is, just do your hand, turn your hand into a fist, and then this is your frontal lobe, this is your occipital lobe for the eyes, temporal, right? That is in charge of your memory, your hearing, and the brain stem at the hand, at the back of your hand. This is what we have under our weave on. This is what we have under a nice hairstyle. It's a humongous machine that we have, and we carry it on our heads, inside our heads on a daily basis. But this brain, without this brain, I'm just trying to do for the nicest and simplest way to do this. Your brain is actually what is your consciousness. So what separates you and I from an animal is the consciousness in our mind. And when something happens to the consciousness in our mind, no matter how spiritual we are, it cannot benefit either our body or the next person. So our brain function, our brain function and our mind and our consciousness is what makes us human beings. That's what makes you stop just before you take that action. That's what makes people say somebody reacted as against somebody responded to a situation. So the only reason I brought this is to show you how powerful you as an individual are, irrespective of what is happening around you, what is happening within you. Just knowing that this is what you carry on your head is enough to make you know that you are fantastic. You are a noble person. You are something that has never happened in the face of this earth before. Even a set of twins have different types of different brains, right? Okay, now I'm just starting the discussion right now. So my theory is that for you to have a sound mental health or mental wealth, this question must be properly answered. You must know who you are. See, all of us are watching CNN and we are seeing what is happening in Texas. All of us are watching CNN or whichever news channel you prefer. We are watching what is happening in Ukraine. And it all starts with one person. In Ukraine, it's Mr. Putin. In Texas, is an 18-year-old. I can take the next few minutes to prove to you that the challenge starts from self-identity. Who are you? You see, this is a question that if you are not able to answer this question, even if you become the president of the whole world today, even if the worst trauma hits you, even if you win $1 million today, it's not going to make any difference because you don't know who you are. So as far as I'm concerned, this is my personal view. Self-identity is one of the biggest challenges we have in dealing with the issue of sound mental health and then increasingly to mental wealth. There's a new paradigm now also called mental strength. That's a story for another day. But my point is, if you are able to answer this question, you will answer this question for yourself. Nobody, I can think about who you are. Do you understand? I can tell you who I think you are, but if you are not able to define and answer this question for yourself, the issue of mental health will always be maybe something you read up, some nice buzzwords, and maybe something that you were taught. Your self-esteem, your purpose in life is all tied on your self-identification. How do you see yourself? What do you think about yourself? Who do you think you are? When everything is gone, when everything is there, and when everything is gone, who is Stella? And I'm going to go again, as usual, I go to the chat box. I would like you to tell me, who do you think you are? Because your perception of yourself is what ensures that you don't just have a sound and stable mental health, but it guarantees you the wealth that we are talking about. Because it is out of the abundance of what you have that you're able to give the next person. And of what use are we if we only live for ourselves? But the only way you can live for yourself is when you're not sure of who you are. So I would like you, in a sentence, to just write out, who are you? And I'm going to start as usual. I'm going to write who I am. Let's just play. I'm writing who I am. So you write who you are. And after the first 5, we move on. Fantastic. Fantastic. Salome says, I'm passionate. Salome, what is sweet? Is sweet as in S-W-E-E-T? Salome says, I'm passionate, I'm strong and artistic. That's fantastic. Stella says, I am a mom of 3 loving kids, great communicator and lover of mothers. Can I have 3 more?
Sweet means like, it's kind of like vehement. Someone who
vehement.
Doesn't give up,
okay,
something
I
like
see.
that.
Okay, that's Salome. All right, I got you. All right. Oh, Debbie, you're thinking about who you are. That's fantastic. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So go ahead, keep thinking. GB says, I'm a woman who has begun to fully understand herself. Oh my goodness, accept her flaws and grow into the woman she'd love to become. GB, oh my goodness, when I see you, I'm going to give you 2 hugs, not just 1. Nwogo says, I am a child of God, fearfully and wonderfully made, very unique in God's eyes. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited. I need like 2 more. Chichi, Dr. Belema, Sister Funshaw, what's going on? I want like 2 more. Okay. Oh, Debbie says, I'm someone who's learning to forgive myself and love myself for who I am. Oh, Chichi, you wrote yours. Let me go up. Chichi, okay, I missed that. I am that woman blessed and helped by God. This is so awesome. Wow, you guys have carried the day. This is fantastic. Okay, so the last one is, okay, Chichi has written us. Okay, that's fine. All right, now, Socrates always says, and my father kept on quoting it, man, know thyself. man, know thyself all the time. Once you know who you are, right? The big problem that we have about our self-esteem, about our self-identification, about who we are, and all those stuff, once we know who we are and we are comfortable in who we are, I'm telling you, the first hurdle about maintaining a sound mind is already 50% done. Remember, your mind is made up of your will, your intellect, your emotion, your imagination, and your will, intellect, imagination, memory, and emotion. Can you imagine where these 5 components of your mind are healthy, they are sound to the point that they are overflowing for you to be able to give? The society will be a better place. And when you know who you are, the 3 most important connections in your life are on their way to being at least more than a B+. The connection to yourself, the connection to your maker, and the connection to people around you. And it doesn't matter if the people around you don't want to connect, but you just make sure that you are open to that connection at the time that it matters. We are talking about the role that you, knowing who you are, has to play in your mental wealth. The final slide, okay, I have like 2 more slides, and then I will send out a survey, and then we click right back in, because like I said, I'm using the basic Zoom. I thank you so much for your participation so far. It's been so awesome. Now, you guys, you've already answered the questions. Now, some people take their self-identity from the scriptures. Some people take their self-identification from the social media. Some people take their self-identification or self-knowledge from their parents, some others from their current environment, some others from their failures, and some others from their achievements. As good as taking your ID from your achievement is, if it is solely based on your achievement, it then means that when you fail, there will be wahala. Therefore, I want to go back to something that I saw from Jibola, where she said, and that's what struck me. She says, I am a woman who has fully begun to understand herself, right? But the catch there, right there, is accept her flaws. Do you understand what I'm saying? Accept her flaws. So Jibola knows where she is right now, and she knows where her gaps are, and she knows where she wants to be. That is fantastic. And Jibola is a young medical student in Ukraine that is now in Germany because of what is happening. And I talk about her because I'm so proud of how, what she has been able to do with herself, irrespective of what the challenges, is or are. And Debbie says, I'm someone who is learning to forgive myself and love myself for who I am. Listen, this is the balance that we have to have. Whether you fail, whether you achieve, whether your current environment dictates whatever they want to say, listen, for you to have a healthy mental life, or healthy life mentally, or to even talk about wealth to be able to give out to others, every single way you describe yourself must be bereft of all these things, maybe apart from the scripture. And probably for Muslims, maybe in the Quran. You understand? You can't define yourself from the social media. You can't define yourself from what your parents told you. What if you had parents that abused you all along? You can't define yourself from your current environment. What if something happens to your current environment? You can't also define yourself just from because you failed. You can't also define yourself only because of your achievement. No, it has to be much more than that. It has to be something within you that you have to reflect inwards to see the beautiful things that you have inside of you, plus the not so beautiful things, accept them, and then continue to improve on a daily basis. And now we have like 3 more minutes to go on this particular line. I'm going to put out a survey. It's like a 3-minute survey here. So I'm just going to drop it on the chat box. And then what you can just do for me, I had already apologized earlier that I was forced to use the basic Zoom because the business Zoom was not properly integrated. So please click on the Google form. It will take you about 2 to 3 minutes to fill that form, and then we will just go back, click back, right back, and I'll be waiting. Salome will admit everybody back, and then we round up, and then we take some reflections and a snapshot where that is possible. Thank you so much. I'm going to wait for it to trip us off, and then while you take a look at the survey, please can you confirm that that link is active and that is working?
Yeah, it's working.
It's working. Okay, thank you so much, Debbie.
You're welcome.
Wow, we have 17 people here. That's so awesome. Auntie Titi, wow. Funsho, Foluke, Joma, Jane. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you, guys. Auntie Mogo, Dr. Kane, Maureen. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You have not called my name.
Kane,
You haven't
please,
called my name.
Who did I not call? Did I not call Dr. Kane?
You
Who
didn't
is
call
that?
Debbie's name.
Oh my
Debbie's
God,
name.
Dr. Debbie Waritimi, pass it on. Oh my God. If you're not following Pass It On IG or Facebook, just type Pass It On with Debbie. She is just awesome. Pastor Debbie, thank you so much. Auntie Titi, Curves and Body, thank you so much, everyone. So if it doesn't bump us up, we'll just continue. But if it does, let's just click right back in. So I will just go on and pretend that I don't know that I'm using the free one. All right. So we are already at 8:40. Like I said, if it bumps up out, we just come right back in. So we've been able to answer the question, the big U, who are you? And then maintaining, when it comes to maintaining positive mental health, I would suggest that the issue of happiness, which I also call joy, is something that we pay attention to, right? And according to Professor Merino, your desire, what you like to do, what gives you pleasure, they are not enough until you add purpose to it. For you to be truly happy, for you to be truly joyful, irrespective of your current situation or circumstance, right? There must be purposefulness. There must be something that you're doing that is just beyond you. Something that affects somebody else, something that gives joy and hope and love and connection to somebody else. Something that when you think about it, you're just like, God, how on earth did I even get myself into this? Yes, that's really something that can even keep you awake at night. When you spend your time thinking about how you can help somebody else, how you can help even people who don't know you. I know people who sponsor missions. They don't even know who they are sponsoring. I can take each and every one of us on this call because I know most of us closely. If I begin to talk about what people do, that's why your mental health and mental wealth will continue to grow. So again, the intangibles, science just caught up with what we knew, that having a car, having a promotion, having brilliant children and all those stuff, they can only take you so far in terms of being happy, having a sound mental health, how much more having an abundance to give out. So little things like being grateful, keeping a gratitude journal, keeping a gratitude voice note, kindness, especially to people you know that can never pay you back. anonymous kindness. It makes you feel so fulfilled. And even just taking a walk is unbelievable. These are some of the things you can do to maintain your a positive mental health. In summary, and I think this is going to let us finish off. I'm so excited. In summary, self-identity and self-awareness is a key component of a resilient mental wealth. If you don't know yourself, if you're still struggling with, who am I? Okay, I'm fat. Okay, I'm slim. Okay, I'm dark. Okay, my hair is long. Okay, my hair is short. Forget about those things. Those are not you. Those are not you. And in the survey that I sent out, I said, describe yourself with three positive words. Let's start from the strength. Then we look at our weaknesses, and then we work on our weaknesses on a daily basis until we become the best version of ourselves, just like Jibola has said. Your self-esteem and self-perception must be solid so that your achievement or your failure doesn't shake it. Even if it shakes it, it will shake it and then it will still stand, right? And the basis of your self-identity must include a balanced view of your strength and your weakness, starting again from your strength. The reason this is important, and this is the summary of all I've been trying to say, the first person you run to during trauma or life challenge is you. Before you call pastor, before you call mommy, for those who are still privileged to have their parents alive, before you call your sister, before you call anybody, the first person you run to is you. And when there is a problem with you, Omo, like Debbie will say, it's a pot of beans. That's why we have to work on ourselves. We have, no matter what it will take us, work on yourself. Ensure that your internal systems are strong and unshakable and not determined largely by external factors. There's no way external factors, if your daughter makes a first class, why wouldn't you be excited? Do you understand? But assuming she doesn't make a first class, if your self-esteem was tied to your child, do you understand what I'm saying? So it should not be determined largely by external factors, but by and large, external factors will contribute. And then in the next slide, I'll be sharing with you free resources to help you solidify, identify, and or augment your self-identity. I will provide them in the links. So before I go to the, I'll provide them in the links, and let me just do that immediately so that I don't forget, and then we round up. I've sent this to nearly everybody who is important to me, because it helped me a lot when I was at my lowest ebb, and I continue to work with them because this first one, the VIA, is free of charge, right? The VIA is free of charge, but when they give you your first report, right, and you want to continue to work with them, then you can pay like $5 or $10, depending on how far you want to go. But I find it very brilliant. And then the disc is also another personality testing, which is also free, except you want to go beyond, what they offer for free. I think that is is a very brilliant thing to always start from a place of strength, and that kind of helps you to be motivated as you go along. Again, feel free, I can share these slides with everybody. So after today, we started, I have like 4 webinars to run. So we start with knowing you, right? Hopefully you may have taken out something from here or learned 1 or 2 things you can share with other people, knowing who you are. The next webinar is going to be on self-compassion. And Debbie really caught me right on. She says she's learning to forgive herself. We're going to be talking about shame and guilt. Everybody that knows me know that I like to talk about things that people don't like to talk about, because that's really where the deliverance comes from, right? So we're going to talk about self-compassion. You got to be kind to yourself, okay? You're doing good. And then this is something that I've learned newly. It's called edge thinking. So what? We're going to talk about that in subsequent one. And then we go into the main issue about trauma. Once in our lifetime, even if we live for 100 years, we are going to experience a traumatic event. It could be the loss of a loved one, it could be anything. You have to prepare yourself for that. And that will be towards the end. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to stop now, and then I'm going to stop sharing. And I want to thank you so much for coming. This is this is my first of the assignments, and I would like you to just please go to the chat box and tell me what your reflections are. Did you learn anything? Any feedback from me for me, how I can improve, or what you were expecting that wasn't here, just to help me. So that I can do better the next time on the chat box, so that I can improve, or something that you're taking away from here. And also you can unmute yourself really and say one or two things. We have like 5 more minutes to the end. You can actually unmute yourself. 19 people on this call, including Dr. Nekambekwe. Oh my goodness, Sister Joy Ikine. I hope I didn't miss up anybody. Thank you so much. You really, really made my day. Thank you so much. I'm so, so grateful. Auntie Ngogo, you made it. Yeah. Let me try and read out what I have here. But again, you can unmute yourself. Chichi says, Sister Fusho says, thank you for sharing. Chichi says, you've done very well. GB says, I love the session. Debbie says, mental health needs to be abundant for us to help other people. Yes. Dr. Kane says, glad I did minutes. You've been awesome. And Chichi says, the interactive style helped to keep the audience engaged. Thank you so much. And Tumogo says, be conscious of the need to pay attention to my mental health. Foluke says, I like the timing, not too long, not too short, straight to the point. Jane says, I learned about mental well-being for the first time. Thank you. I'll send you more resources on that. And Titi said, I connected late. Thanks to MTN. MTN, we love you. Ijoma says, so glad to be here. Thank God I didn't miss this. Ijoma, you didn't tell us what you are wearing on your wrist today. Dr. Neka says, great job. I don't expect less. Oh my goodness. Salome says, objectivity and subjectively, you did well, mommy. The webinar wasn't boring. The information was insightful and interaction was on point. Hell, my barrister, Salome.
Hi, Stella, you missed one of my comments.
Which one? Please comment it.
The one about self-deliverance.
Who is speaking?
It's Foluke speaking. Foluke speaking.
Foluke. Okay, yes, I can see you.
So true. Self-deliverance is more, it can be even more, what's the word? More effective.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. It's about to bounce us up. Please, if you don't mind, can you put on your video for 1 minute, if you don't mind? I mean, like, if you can, if you can't, it's fine. We just take the picture and just go. See, I can see Dr. Nekambekwe, Dr. Belema George, Chichi, Pastor Debbie, Auntie Titi, Foluke. Oh my God. Sister Funshaw, Maureen. Oh God, I'm so excited. I feel like crying. GB, what's happening? Sister Joy, Joma, Moseb, oh Bolatan, oh my goodness, this is a bit overwhelming, like seriously. Mirabelle, thank you so much. I'm just so grateful. Debbie, I know you'll always be doing one thing or the other. Jimmy, okay, so we're about to go now. Chichi, I can see you. Vanessa, what happens to Safe? Eh?
His Wi-Fi.
His Wi-Fi all the way in the abroad. Wonderful. Okay,
hello,
thank you. All right, I'm taking the picture now. Maureen, good to see you. Thank you.
Hello,
all right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I am so grateful. You guys, I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful. That's all I can say.
Why are you bringing me up here? You want to ask me what I'm wearing today?
What are you wearing on your wrist today? Yes.
Well, today I wore peace.
Peace. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, everyone. And we have come to the end of today's session. I look forward to having you on the next session, which talks about self-compassion. I think we are doing so well. Sometimes you just need to know that lizard that falls and nobody says anything. The lizard will just help itself, say, be calming down, you are trying. Sometimes you just have to tell yourself, oh, more, you are trying. And that will be our next session. So bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
I'm just so grateful.
Thank
you. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. I'm so
Wonderful
grateful.
presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much.